saying they haven't seen that body language even from government itself to cut costs and then to also live the kind of life that they are living right now to show that they understand. But let's talk about you for a minute, because some see this move as a political comeback strategy and not conviction. What do you say to those who believe Ben Muraay-Bruce simply went where the power is?
It's never been like that. I got a reputation. I've never done that in my life. So why am I going to do that now? I'm 69. People say they're going to the center. Center to do what? If you're a local government chairman, what's the difference between why don't you run your budget as local government chairman, a governor or a senator, or make laws? People say that all the time. I have no time to respond to silly people like that. I am who I am. When I decided to move to the APC, I told no one. I didn't consult anybody. That's why it never leaked.
But if it's about reform and vision, couldn't you have championed the same ideals from within the PDP, especially as one of its most articulate voices?
First of all, you need political power to make those reforms. When I was in opposition against Buhari, I raised all these issues. I refused to approve any loan Buhari took as president. I voted against every single time they asked us to give him money because I knew the government at the time did not have the capacity to use the money judiciously or do it in such a way that they could service the debt. They didn't have the capacity. So why would I vote for any government that didn't have the capacity to do that? If I was a senator today and they brought a loan request from Mr. President, I would approve it. I would vote for it because he has the capacity, because he's a smart businessman. You need a businessman to run an economy. Look at Nigeria as a company. Look at Nigeria as the Fortune 500 company. The quality you need to run a country like Nigeria is the same quality you need to run Boeing or Airbus or any big or Tesla and all these big companies. If you are not qualified as an individual to run a Fortune 500 company that makes $500 billion a year, $750 billion a year, you're not qualified to run Nigeria. You have to understand. So is Bola Tinubu qualified to run a Fortune 500 company? Yes. Is he qualified to run a complex economy like Nigeria? Yes. And if he can run a Fortune 500 company, then he can run Nigeria. If he can run Lagos, he can run Nigeria. Many people have run Lagos, but very few people have done it the way he did. I have faith in him. I support him. And I make the distinction. I support President Bola Tinubu, him. Now, there's some people I don't support